Hi all, Cynthia here, back today doing a review flip through of my bullet journal. So I started bullet journaling in January this year, 2018. So I've done one full month and I've now have done the setup for the February. I have done a process video of the setup for the January and I'll link that below. The quality of the filming wasn't the greatest. I'm having major camera issues at the moment. I think I'm going to have to buy a new camera. I've just had to swap it over and record this one on my iPad. So we'll see how this one goes. So going into January, so with January being the first one, I tried to keep it pretty simple. I've just done this wreath around here. Used two colours, the green and the yellow. And those are the main colours I've used throughout the month. Did this quote over here after I did the process video. Seen how people have been using, some ladies had drawn these little dashed lines to indicate, I guess, the shadows and the ridges in mountains, and I really thought that looked effective, so I gave that a try. There's a few different people that I've seen doing it, so not exactly sure who came up with the idea. I'm sure it's been around for a while. Quote wasn't quite centered, so I drew a little bird. Didn't turn out the greatest, but okay, I'm a beginner, so I'm happy with that. Next was the monthly challenge page. So I want to participate in more challenges throughout each month, whether that be scrapbooking challenges or art journaling challenges. So I want to keep track of what challenges are out there. So I'm recording those here. Next one was a doodles page. Found that wasn't enough space, so in February I've mixed it up and have a double page doodle, practicing what I thought I might do for February spreads. And as you can see, hearts and geometrics is probably going to be what the theme was. Initially had a quote here, but the heart really bled through or ghosted through really bad, so I had to cover that up. This is just a cheaper dot journal from Officeworks here in Australia. Later on, as it was my beginning, I didn't know whether I'd get into it, whether I'd enjoy it, what I need it, so now that I think I'm going to absolutely love doing bullet journaling, I have so far anyway, I think my next one will definitely be a better quality one. Couple of trackers here, weight and crafty spends, some more trackers over here. And then it went into the weekly spreads. Initially had quite a few weekly habits that I want to track. That was social media groups that I want to comment on, reduce that and have got rid of it altogether. It was too hard to keep up with. Next week, love this layout of the boxes, and it gives me all this space down here to either just put a little image in or do a bit of sketching. I sketched this, then watercolored it. Absolutely love it, the way that turned out. Can't decide whether I like the way that these are coloured in or whether I like it plain. If you're watching, leave a comment. Does it look better plain or does it look better coloured in? I like both, so more here, more sketching, just stuff that represents what's going on. Did another little sketch down here. It's okay. It's not the greatest. His eyes are certainly totally shot. Legs are sort of not quite there, but for me, that's a pretty good effort. Same thing, took a little photo. I have a little sprocket printer, so I've just printed out a photo. Then I've used it as a reference to do a sketch of it, and just more sketching and drawing and keeping track. The grateful page was, I really enjoyed doing that, but I have since started doing this one. I saw a lady do a review of her January flip through, and when it finished, like if it finished here, instead of going on to the next line, she just put day 4 and kept going, and so it was a lot neater looking. I think I will definitely do that in February. And I started off doing a couple of different handwriting, and in the end I think, I don't know, none of it looks particularly neat, but I think I might try to do all capitals. So we'll see how we go. It was holidays here in Australia, school holidays, so I've just kept track of where our son is at, who has him, or who do we have for the particular day. New collections come out, so I took note of the few that I would like to get at some point. That is new scrapbooking collections. Saw a review on some bullet journals, and so I've just took note of the 3 that I think I might like to try at some point. This here little leaf is a tracker, so my YouTube tracker, how many subscribers I had on day 1 and how many subscribers I had on day 31 in January. So I was happy with that, plus 80, and my Instagram plus 6. Hoping to grow that. So if you're not a subscriber or you don't follow me on Instagram, hop on over and have a look in Be Pretty Papers on Instagram. And then some ideas on future layouts and spreads that I might like to do. This one here is actually a yearly thing that I decided to put in after I finished all my yearly setups. And I'm going to keep track of movies that we go to watch. I'll put little stars along and on how good I think the movie was. And I think I would try to do a little sketch of some description of the show. So we went and saw The Greatest Showman, has elephants in it, so I thought I would try to draw a little elephant. It's okay. Once again, there's certainly areas that look good and there's certainly areas that don't look quite right. So that is January setup. Love how I have the space to be able to just doodle and draw little things that representing the weeks. Flipping over to February. Thought I would go with the hearts and geometric shapes. Hearts being Valentine's, geometrics just because I'll give it a bash to see what it's about. Heart it didn't turn out quite the way I visualised, but that's the way it goes. That's that. Over here I didn't watercolour. I did watercolour, sorry. I've watercoloured, and on the background I used Distress Oxide inks. This whale, and I am going to go in and put the words I whaley love you, I whaley love you. So I put the whale throughout the spreads a couple of times, and I was doing little quotes sort of around that same type of things. Habits, moving on to the habit trackers. This month I, instead of having the straight strips down, which I had in January, thought I'd try a few different things. These are apples, if you couldn't tell. So this is my healthy eating. So if I eat healthy, I will make sure I colour in the ones that I do. Then this one here is no alcohol. I'm trying to drink less alcohol at night, so I will keep track of how that goes. Over here is water intake. So with the water intake, what I thought I might do is each day, depending on how many glasses I have, I'll just draw a line, a sort of a geometric line to represent a glass of water. So if I have 3 glasses, I will do 3 lines throughout the hearts. So I thought that's how I would do that one. Next one is my challenges. So the same as before, I will have a challenge page where I can keep track of challenges that I want to do for the month. Just did another little whale down here. I will do a watercolour of some description like I did back here throughout the month, and I'll insert it here, as this page is my doodles page, and of course this ghosts a fair bit and bleeds these pages. Of course I'll do a lot of work on this page. I want to cover this page up. Really like the way these fonts, I just googled fonts on Pinterest and tried to copy it. I think this looks quite effective, and I don't know what I'll do there. Same on this page. At some point throughout the month I will do a watercolour or some description, because I'm also trying to improve my watercolouring, and glue and paste that in. Some more trackers over here, so weight, crafty spends and socials, so just keeping track of social media growth and weight growth, unfortunately, and just my spends. Just notes here. I'm not too sure whether that's going to be used much. I did feel like, so back in January, I initially didn't have this page, I think, in my setup, and then like the new collections come out and I saw a review when I had some ideas, so I think I'll put that on this page here. Once again, grateful page, and now when day 2 comes, which is here, I will just put a 2 here and just start writing, so it may not fill up the whole page, and I'll deal with that if it doesn't. And then it goes into the weekly spreads. So with my weekly spreads, I want the month to be the month. So the same with the January, when it finished here on the Wednesday. I didn't put the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd and so forth. I've just stopped it. And over here, it starts on the Thursday, so I'm going to start the box here. Monday, Tuesday and so forth is not here. Just the way I would like to set mine up. Same box concept, gives me area to be able to add photos and sketches and drawing and just bits and pieces. So I really like this layout. I think I'll probably stick to that layout. And so I've done all the months, and then I've just put in the stuff that I know is happening already, and then as the months goes, weeks go ahead, I'll just add in what I need to add in. That is it. At the end of the month, I'm hoping I'll have my camera setup sorted out, and I will possibly do a process video for setting up March. We'll see how we go. As I said before, leave me a comment letting me know what you think of the layouts and the spreads and the ideas, whether you like the thought of them coloured in or left plain, or just any tips and tricks, and I would really appreciate it. Thumbs up. Other than that, I will catch you on the next video. Until then, have a lovely day, a lovely week or a lovely month. Catch you next time. Bye.